We're back. We're back. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. So anyway, let me just talk a little bit about what we're talking about. What we're talking about is guns. And they obviously, we know that in Detroit or in Michigan, per se, in the country, guns are a major problem. We want to get guns out of people's hands. I'm with that. We know that guns kill people, and that's not a good thing. But what I want to talk about is this: a pretextual reason for police to do what they do. Now, I'm all for police doing a job. They got a job like judges, like lawyers, like everybody. What I don't agree with, don't try to lie in order to get an arrest for something you ain't really concerned about. Granted, I would say that, police do want guns off the street. However, what I'm seeing is in profiling Black men. What's profiling? What you're doing is you're making an assumption about something. So you stop him as a pretext. What is a pretext? Say, for instance, you're dating somebody and they won't answer their phone, and you go by and say, knock on the door, say, I was in the neighborhood and I got to use the bathroom. Well, maybe you do, but the pretextual reason why you want to go in there is to see if someone's here. You get what I'm saying? So it's a pretext. Maybe you do have to use the bathroom, but that's not your goal. You're just using it as a reason, but that's not your goal. So why would police want to do this? Well, I'm going to tell you. Back in 2020, there was a program called Project Legend. Back in July of 2020. And why was that significant? Well, this was a problem, a situation where the Trump administration put up like $50 million to different states to combat violence, okay? Michigan happened to be one of them. And they gave extra agents and, all that wonderful thing. But they gave a fund by which officers that took guns off the street, that there was money that would be allocated for overtime. Okay. So when the pandemic hit and the police were not going to court anymore, they said, if we arrest for guns, we can get our court time on Zoom. Voila, we figured this out. So the more people I arrest taking guns off the street, there's a fund that's immediately accessible, the Fed and state, because Governor Whitmer ultimately did as well, that I can get paid my money. Now, it's not the same for other crimes: carjacking, larceny, other crimes. But for guns, it is. So if I stop 5 cars, hypothetically, I take 5 guns out. That's 5 guns I got out the street. Okay, whatever. Okay. Guess what? For every one I got to go to court for, that's overtime. Okay. And after 40 hours, they get time and a half. So after they wait and, they call the case and they tell you to be there at 8 o'clock, and you don't go on until 10 or 11, and you do this for all these other cases, you make an overtime. Their overtime went from around $30,000 to over $100,000. So now there is a financial incentive for people to actually arrest. There's a financial. So guess what? I'm low on some cash. I see a car. I stop a car, got a gun in there, I got to process it, all that. And I get 10 gun cases. My overtime looking like swell. So there was recently a lawsuit that had been initiated on behalf of a officer. Well, I think he was a lieutenant, somewhat high ranking, who indicated that he was concerned about officers using this as a pretext basically just to charge guns. I mean, just to look for gun cases. Okay. And he went to the higher ups, and they were like, we don't want to hear that, et cetera, et cetera. And the reason is that his belief was it's okay to take guns off the street, but don't lie to do it. We'll be right back. Vondas Court Unfiltered. I heard my cue. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're going to learn a lot about this for free.